Good evening and welcome to Lisa A. Johnson Speaks Life. Not once, but twice. That's Lisa A. Johnson Speaks Life. So let me put it out there because I know you're wondering, why is she wearing that camouflage hat? Well, first and foremost, doesn't it look cute? Okay, now that we got that out of the way. Well, actually, it belongs to my daughter, who's part of what's called the Civil Air Patrol, and it's sort of like the junior ROTC. And so that's why I'm actually wearing it, because it was available. It's hers. And second of all, I'm wearing it because I always wanted to go into the military, Air Force branch, and I just never got an opportunity because life happened. And so tonight I want to talk to you about fear and what it means when you put off what you can do today for another time, and sometimes it never ever happens. Yes, that's right. So recently I was in a production called For Colored Girls Who've Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough by the late great Ntozake Shange, who is no longer with us, and I'd like to just pay a moment of silence to her because her voice was amazing. She spoke volumes for many women, especially black women, especially women of color. So if you will join with me just for a brief moment of silence. Thank you. Thank you. And so when I auditioned for the production, which I didn't think I was going to get the part, but I went and I read the part for the character Brown. And when I finally got the part, I guess I had mixed feelings because there was a certain amount of fear that resonated deep, deep within, because it had been quite some time since I actually participated in any type of formal dramatic display or performance. And so I was too embarrassed and too scared to say no. But all the time, fear resonated within me. And so the very day up until the time of the performance, I was consumed with fear to the 10th power, if there is a such. And let me explain to you what got me through this fear, what helped me to overcome, what helped me to defeat fear and not let it defeat me. And so I kept practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing. And it seemed as if my practicing was in vain, but in reality, it really, really wasn't. I practiced and I practiced some more. The first night of the production, oh, butterflies. I was nervous. I was scared. But it was that fear that propelled me to get my butt out on that stage and stand up and be the best that I can be. Stand up, perform, recite my lines in the manner in which I had practiced. And I did just that. I did not allow fear to consume me so much that it would deter me from performing. I got out on that stage the first night and I performed with fear. Yes, it is okay to perform with fear. It is okay to walk in fear as long as you are continuously walking through or continuously moving through that realm. I did not let it disable me. What it actually did was enable me to get through whatever I needed to get through. So yes, night number 1, fear, fear, and more fear. Night number 2, fear, fear, and yes, more fear. By the time that third night came around, I still had fear. I'm not going to sell you a fake ideology. I still had fear. But I was learning how to work through that fear. Night number 4, I worked through that fear. By the time Friday night came around, I thought I had arrived. But guess what? There was still some fear. I got through it. I had people calling me saying, girl, you slayed that part. I didn't know you had such talent, such gift. You can do it too. You can do it too. Do not allow fear to cripple you. Do not allow fear to disable you. Do not allow fear to immobilize you. I tell you from the heart, if you are struggling with something internally, if you are struggling with something and fear happens to be your neighbor, don't reside in fear. Don't rest in fear. Get up and move forward. If you have to carry fear with you, carry it with you. I carried it with me until I overcame it. And yes, I am ready for the next production. So I'm putting that out there as well. If you miss For Colored Girls, then you've missed a treat. But stay tuned because we will be performing again. I look forward to it. And yes, there is always going to be that level, that certain level of fear, whether it is fear, and more fear, whether it's fear from a class that you must take, whether it's fear from driving, whether it's fear of flying, whether it's fear of the unknown, whether it's fear of a new relationship, whether it's fear because due to a new job, fear will be there. But you do not have to allow it to overcome, to consume, to control you. I am standing to tell you this today. Do not let fear take over you. You are in control of your own destiny. You move forward with fear. If you have to travel with it, travel with it. I've said this before. Take it with you. Take it in the palm of your hands and move. But do not, and I repeat, do not allow FEAR to get the best of you, because you're better than that. You have the necessary tools to overcome anything that man has created. Man has created fear. Fear is not of God. Fear is not of the great I am. Fear is not of the great I am. Fear is created. It's an emotion that was created by man. And guess what? Anything that man creates can be destroyed. And yes, fear can be destroyed. So you walk with that fear. You talk to that fear. You nudge that fear. You push that fear. You move that fear right out of your way. You go after your dreams. You go after your dreams. Do not allow fear to consume you. Do not allow fear to take over you. You are in control over your own destiny. Did you hear what I said? Let me repeat that. You, my dear, are in control over your own destiny. Don't be afraid. And if you are afraid, do it with fear. Let me repeat that. Don't be afraid. And if by chance you happen to be afraid, do it with fear. Do not allow it to consume you. Do not allow it to push you out of your goals, your dreams. Do not allow it to displace you. Do not allow it to push you past your purpose, to push you out of your purpose. You control fear. Don't let fear move you to a place where you don't want to do anything. Do not allow fear to consume you. I'm speaking from personal experience. Fear will cripple you. You control it. Don't ever, and I repeat, don't ever let fear control you. This is Lisa A. Johnson, Speaks Life not once but twice. That's Lisa A. Johnson Speaks Life. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, fear not. No one answered. You be in control of your own destiny. Thank you.